There's a quiet moment most puppy owners miss. It happens in the middle of an ordinary day, when your puppy looks at you, not with excitement, not with playfulness, but with something softer, something almost uncertain. You might be doing something completely normal, something you've done 100 times before. But your puppy's reaction feels different this time. Subtle. Easy to ignore. And yet, in that moment, your puppy is trying to tell you something important. Something most people never notice until it slowly starts affecting the bond they thought was unbreakable. Because your puppy doesn't hate you. Not even close. Your puppy is built to love you, to trust you, to stay close to you no matter what. But what most people don't realize is, love doesn't always mean comfort. And every single day, without even realizing it, you might be doing small things that your puppy quietly struggles to understand. Not big mistakes. Not obvious ones. Just small, repeated actions that slowly create confusion in your puppy's world. And this is where things get interesting. Because your puppy doesn't experience your world the way you do. It doesn't understand your intentions. It understands patterns, energy, and timing. That's it. And when those things don't align, your puppy doesn't get angry, it gets confused. One of the most overlooked things your puppy struggles with is when you give attention at the wrong time. It feels harmless, even loving. Your puppy jumps on you, barks, whines, or nudges your hand, and you respond instantly with affection. To you, it feels like connection. But to your puppy, it feels like validation of that exact behavior. What most people don't realize is that your puppy is always learning, even in moments you think don't matter. So when attention comes during chaos, your puppy doesn't feel calm. It learns that chaos is the way to get close to you. And over time, that creates a cycle your puppy doesn't know how to break. But that's not the most surprising part. Because sometimes, the way you show love can feel overwhelming to your puppy. Think about how often you hug your puppy, pick it up suddenly, or hold it tightly because it feels cute in the moment. To you, it's affection. But to your puppy, it can feel like restriction. Dogs don't naturally hug each other. So when your puppy freezes, turns its head away, or licks its lips while being held, it's not enjoying the moment the way you think it is. It's tolerating it. And that small difference matters more than most people realize. And this is where things get deeper, because your puppy still stays close. It still trusts you enough not to pull away. But inside, it's learning something subtle, that sometimes, closeness comes with discomfort. Another thing your puppy quietly dislikes is inconsistency. One day something is allowed, the next day it's not. One day your puppy is allowed on the couch, the next day it's scolded for the same thing. From your perspective, it depends on the situation. But from your puppy's perspective, it feels unpredictable. And unpredictability creates stress. What most people don't realize is that your puppy depends on clear patterns to feel safe. Without them, your puppy doesn't stop trying, it just starts guessing. And guessing is exhausting. You might notice your puppy pausing before doing something it used to do confidently, not because it forgot, but because it's unsure of what the right choice is anymore. And then there's something even more subtle, your tone of voice. Your puppy doesn't understand your words the way you think it does. It understands emotion. You might say good boy while distracted, or say no in a playful tone. But your puppy doesn't hear the words, it feels the inconsistency. And over time, that creates a kind of emotional fog. Your puppy wants to do the right thing, it wants to make you happy, but it doesn't know which signals to trust. But that's still not the full picture. Because even something as simple as eye contact can carry hidden meaning. You might look directly into your puppy's eyes as a sign of love, connection, or bonding. And sometimes, it is. But prolonged or intense eye contact, especially when your puppy is unsure, can feel like pressure. In the animal world, staring can signal dominance or challenge. So when your puppy looks away, blinks, or lowers its head, it's not ignoring you. It's trying to soften the moment. And this is where things take an emotional turn, because one of the hardest things for your puppy to understand is when you suddenly leave. You walk out of the room, leave the house, or disappear for hours. To you, it's routine. To your puppy, it's a break in connection that doesn't make sense. What most people don't realize is that your puppy doesn't understand time the way you do. It doesn't know when you're coming back. It just knows that you're gone. So when you leave without a calm pattern, without a clear signal, your puppy doesn't just feel alone, it feels uncertain. That's why sometimes your puppy reacts with extreme excitement when you return, or becomes unusually quiet. Both are emotional responses to the same confusion. But that's not the only thing, because even playtime, something that should feel purely positive, can become frustrating for your puppy when it lacks structure. Rough play that suddenly stops, commands that change mid-game, energy that goes from high to zero without warning. Your puppy doesn't know when the game starts or ends. And that unpredictability creates tension instead of release. And this is where everything starts to connect. All these small daily habits, these moments that seem harmless, they don't damage your bond instantly. Your puppy still follows you, still trusts you, still chooses you every single day. But underneath that loyalty, there can be confusion building quietly. A question your puppy keeps asking without words. What do you want from me? And the truth is, your puppy is trying harder than you think. It watches your patterns, your moods, your reactions. It adjusts itself constantly just to stay in sync with you. That's how deep its attachment is. But when the signals stay unclear for too long, something changes. Your puppy becomes more cautious, more observant, less certain. You might notice small shifts. Your puppy hesitates before approaching you. It pauses during play. It watches you more carefully than before. These are not random changes. These are signals. And this is the part most people overlook. Your puppy is adapting to you every single day. Not the other way around. It changes its behavior, its expectations, even its emotional responses just to stay connected to you. But that adaptation comes at a cost. Confidence. When your puppy constantly has to guess what's right, it slowly loses trust in its own actions. And that's where the real problem begins, not in what your puppy is doing wrong, but in what your puppy is no longer sure about. But here's the hopeful part. The moment you start noticing these patterns, everything can change. Because your puppy doesn't need perfection. It doesn't expect you to be flawless. It just needs clarity. When your actions become consistent, when your tone matches your intention, when your affection comes at the right moments, something shifts instantly. Your puppy relaxes. It stops guessing. It starts understanding. And that's when your bond becomes stronger than ever, not just built on love, but built on trust and clarity. Because at the end of the day, your puppy isn't asking for more toys, more treats, or more attention. It's asking for something much simpler. To feel safe in your world. To understand your signals. To trust that what you show is what you mean. So the next time your puppy looks at you in that quiet, thoughtful way, don't ignore it. There's meaning in that moment. There's communication happening without words. And once you start seeing it, you'll realize something powerful. Your puppy has been trying to understand you all along. If this made you see your puppy in a different way, take a second to like this video. And if you want to truly understand your dog on a deeper level, subscribe to the George Report. And tell me in the comments, what's one behavior your puppy does that you've never fully understood? Because sometimes, the smallest things you do every day mean everything to your puppy.